Hello, my beautiful ladies. How are you? Thank you so much for joining me on a new Q&A with your girl Dulce. So our first question comes from Marilyn 3, and she asks, "Hi Dulce, did you do any inner child work in order to get through this awakening journey?" Thank you so much for asking about an awakening journey, because I would love to hear if you guys on the other side of the screen are currently going through an awakening. How is that process looking for you? Are you feeling lonely? Are you feeling like it's more intense? Are you finding some peace? I would really love to know all of those things, because those are things that I'm currently experiencing as of right now. As far as doing inner child work, I would have to say yes. I've been doing inner child work for maybe about 11 years, since Isaac was born, my oldest kid. Because that's when I was introduced to Louise Hay, and she talks a lot about inner child work. And I remember doing this exercise where I gave myself a really big hug, and I was actually envisioning little me, and I was comforting her, you know? So going through an awakening, it's not as glamorous, or there's a little bit of glamour to it, in the sense that there's a lot of spiritual aspects that I find to be very beautiful, visually, spiritually beautiful. But there's also a lot of pain, is what I've been noticing. And so I feel like a lot of my emotions in this awakening journey are really coming to the surface. And a lot of those emotions are from when I was a little girl, like repressed emotions. And so I am in the process of currently looking for a therapist, because I feel like I need someone to process all of these emotions that are arising from within me now. And the reason that they're more persistent, or just like more in the forefront of my life, is because since I started to study meditation and actually make that a part of my daily practice twice a day, a lot of things have been coming up, and I really thought that meditation was going to be something completely blissful, but I feel like I'm going through kind of like the initiation process of meditation, where a lot of buried things are starting to come forward, because I'm allowing myself the space now in my mind. Yes, I've been doing that, a lot of inner child work, and because of my meditation practice, I do feel like I'm going even deeper and going through what some people refer to as the dark night of the soul, which is so relatable to me, you know, because like right now, I don't feel like I can connect to the person that I was when I was 33. And like before, like the day that I had my son, that was the day that my life completely changed. And that is the day that I feel like I entered into a whole new phase, a whole new life. And the person that I went in to the hospital as, I don't recognize that person. I look at photos and I just can't connect with that person at all in any level, you know? And so that's really challenging, because I can't connect with the person that I'm becoming, because I'm not necessarily just there yet. You know, there's things that I aspire to have, and it's not to say that I am seeking happiness, because my happiness is right here. It's not like I'm like, I can't wait till I get that to be happy, because I don't think that either. I don't ever want to portray on my YouTube channel, especially because I only show up once a week here for you guys. And usually when I show up in like the best attitude, because I feel like you deserve the best me, the best positive energy. And so if I were to show up every single day, some days you guys would see me really sad or frustrated or overwhelmed. I know those are feelings that I'm working through, guys, because if you're feeling anxious, those are just feelings of not trusting the universe, you know? So that's been a really huge lesson for me, is trusting in the divine timing of everything that is happening, especially since my life is so different now. And like I said, I can't really connect just yet with the person that I am becoming. So I'm still a little bit like, who am I? At the same time, I don't feel lost at all. I used to feel lost for a long time, and I don't feel lost because I found my passion through Sweet Soul. I found that happiness is my family, is today, because tomorrow is not promised. And the life is just a little bit more, way more simple than what we make it out to be, you know? So I'm definitely happy for the most part, but that doesn't mean that there aren't days where they are really challenging mentally for me, and I have to work twice as hard on myself to make sure that I don't let the negative thoughts consume me or overwhelm me or dictate how my day plays out. So that's where I'm at, and I felt like it was important for me to say this because again, I don't want you to ever think that I have like this perfect happy life and I found my passion and blah blah blah, you know, like, yeah, that's true. However, life is not like that, and you can simultaneously have feelings of frustration or anxiety or feeling like you don't really trust your next step and be happy and grateful, you know. But if anything, the message for today's video is that if you are going through a period of your life where you feel like you don't want to be here anymore because those feelings are really overwhelming for you, I would really encourage you to seek help with a therapist, and speak to someone who you trust in your inner circle, you know? I think that's really important, to vent and to let it out, or journal about your feelings as much as you can so you can let it off your chest. Because I know that that feeling of not wanting to be here can come knocking at your door when, you know, the world is the way that it is, you know, and yeah, keep showing up for yourself. I don't know if I have like the right words to say, but I think the most important message for me to say to you is, if you're going through this, because someone did send me a message that they felt like they didn't want to be living anymore, like they have days that they don't want to live anymore. But you taking control of your life, like this is what I'm doing, like actively seeking for a therapist. I haven't been to a therapist in so many years, but I feel like now I need a therapist. I need someone who I can process what I'm going through right now, you know, so I can have a better understanding of my thoughts, my feelings, my emotions, what I believe in, and things that trigger me. Also, I'm writing them down, and those are things that I want to discuss with a professional because I want to let go of them, you know. A lot of the times we also go to our husband, our partner, our significant other, and they listen to us, and I think that's really important also, is to have someone who's going to listen to you. Of course, you need someone to listen to you. However, they don't have the answers. The answers only reside within you. And for me, a therapist is going to be the vehicle that's going to help me find the answers within me, because I don't go to a therapist for her to give me the answers or him to give me the answers. It's for me to be better able to understand myself. And don't underestimate the power of journaling, honestly. Like, I can't tell you how many times I've had this really strong belief, and I pray to God while I'm journaling and drinking my cacao, and I'm just like, God, and I say it out loud in my bedroom alone. I'm like, this is what I am currently being triggered by. I don't want to believe this anymore. Why is it that I see the world in this way? What is it? And then if you give yourself the quiet moment, that space, something so crazy starts happening. To me, it's felt like God's answers just start pouring into me. And then I interpret that as me having the answers. But really is God. If you listen, I feel like God is just going to pour the answers that you need. He's going to give them to you if you allow that space. You know, that's been my experience, of course, because I know we don't all believe in a higher power, and we all have a different point of view, and we believe in different things. But what I have found that has worked, that I've been able to kind of work through some things on my own, has been giving myself the space, journaling about it, and then just reading back what I write after having a conversation with God is just mind-blowing, because I'm like, just a moment ago, I didn't have this awareness and I didn't read this aha moment anywhere. I didn't listen to it from anywhere, you know, like on a podcast or a YouTube video. Like this information literally came from source. It came from within me, within my mind. For me personally, finding a therapist is something that I have control over. If I'm really serious about my health and I'm just like fed up with some of those intrusive thoughts, then I have to proactively go out and look for a therapist. I have to stop eating junk food, and that is something that I personally have done for myself, because eating junk food does not make me feel any better. It actually feeds into me feeling like I get migraines, I feel bloated, I don't like the way that I look in the mirror. It just makes me feel worse, you know? So when I feed myself nutrients, I make my green juice every single day. I swear by it. I wake up every single day and I work out. I'm like super serious about my fitness, guys. And it's not about like a physical appearance, even though those things are taking place. It's more about my mentality. I go in there and there's always a little shift in my way of thinking and in the way that I see myself. You know, so that's why fitness for me is really important. And overall, working out just makes us feel so much better because of the endorphins. After you're done working out, you're going to feel incredible. So on the days that you really feel like you just can't go on, the last thing that we want to do is just be like, I just don't feel good today. I'm going to eat junk food. I'm not going to work out. I'm just so sad. I'm just going to watch the news and I'm going to go on my phone and watch all this gossip or compare my life to Instagrammers. You know what I mean? Like those things are only going to make us feel worse. So in those times where we feel like just throwing in the towel because life just gets to be so overwhelming, that's when the discipline has to come in place, because those are the days that really, really matter. The days that you don't feel good are the days that you need to show up so much more for yourself in every way, spiritually, mentally, physically, everything. You know, it's so important, ladies, especially right now more than ever. There's just some crazy stuff happening in the world. If you have any advice for anyone else that's going to be reading the comment section, please leave your message in the comment section. And don't forget to subscribe to Sweet Soul, because we are growing, we are evolving, and it feels so good. So with that being said, have a blessed and beautiful day, and I can't wait to see you on my next video.